6.0 Phase 2 is finally here. This banner looks amazing. We've got Flins, the new Electro DPS, Yelan, who's always a top-tier Hydro unit, and a solid 4-star lineup with Aino, Sucrose, and Dori. But the big question is, should you actually spend your Primogems here, or is it better to save for upcoming characters? Let's break it all down.
Starting with Aino, she's actually a very interesting 4-star. Right now she's quite useful for Flins. Her personal damage is really low, so don't expect her to carry, but she does offer consistent Hydro application, team buffs, and she can run the new Silken Moon Serenade set, which gives an extra 120 EM. That's really valuable in reaction teams. She fits nicely in Flins or Lauma comps, and in the future she'll probably support Nefer too. If you're thinking about constellations, C1, C2, and C6 are the ones that matter. C6 in particular is great, since it buffs Bloom, Lunar Bloom, Electrocharged, and Lunar Charged reaction damage. That's where her real pull value lies.
Next is Sucrose, and honestly, she's one of the most valuable 4-stars in the game. Especially in a Flins team, she's basically irreplaceable. Why? Because she gives huge EM buffs to the whole team, which means your reaction damage scales way higher. Plus, she swirls consistently, her field time is really short, and her burst provides crowd control. If you don't already have her, this is a great chance. And if you're going for constellations, at least aim for C1, since it improves her grouping and utility.
Now for Dori, honestly, she's not worth the pull. She's focused on electro application, healing, and energy regeneration. The problem is, she needs high HP and energy recharge to heal effectively, and even then, her healing feels clunky compared to others. Most players will prefer Kuki Shinobu instead, since she does healing and electro application without needing her burst.
Alright, let's talk Flins, the star of this banner. He's an Electro Polearm DPS. He shines in Lunar Charge damage, which he gets by infusing his normal attacks with Electro when he uses his skill. This lets him turn Electrocharged into Lunar Charged damage. The crazy part? His damage goes high when paired with Inefa. If you have Inefa, Flins is a must-ball, but even without her, he works really well in F2P-friendly teams like Flins, Aino, Fischl, and Sucrose. And if Columbina comes later, Flins could actually surpass Veressa. Not confirmed yet, but definitely worth keeping in mind. So if you like his playstyle and want a strong DPS that isn't locked to one comp, Flins is a solid pick.
Next, Yelan. She's always been one of the most consistent Hydro units in the game. She provides insane off-field Hydro application, a huge team damage buff, and she's super easy to build since she scales on HP. The problem with her is, she really needs energy recharge to keep her burst up, and her C2 is where her power spikes, since it boosts her Hydro application and overall damage. She's still strong, but honestly, a C6 Xingqiu can do her job better in many cases. If you already have Xingqiu or Furina, you might not feel much value in pulling Yelan here. But if you're missing Hydro options, she's a very safe investment.
Now let's quickly look at the weapon banner, and honestly, this one is really good. Flynn's weapon is amazing for him. It gives energy recharge, crit damage, and boosts his lunar damage, exactly what he needs. But even if you miss it and get Yelan's weapon instead, it's still a huge win. Her bow is super universal, giving a huge crit damage and a passive that almost any DPS can use. So if you're willing to risk Primogems on the weapon banner, this is one of the safer ones to roll on. At the end of the day, this banner has great value, but whether it's worth your pulls depends entirely on your account needs. So, are you pulling for Flins, Yelan, or skipping this one? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more guides.